Hi guys, good morning. We are somewhere up in Genting Highlands at the premium outlets. So as you can see, we are in the bus parking area and it's early morning on a weekday and there are no buses, but we have a Porsche Macan. Okay, this is the cheapest, or rather the most affordable Porsche you can buy. This particular version is not the most affordable because there is another version without all the goodies that's 455,000 ringgit. You can get one, but this one has a 75,000 ringgit additional package, and that includes a lot of stuff. But the main item would be the air suspension, sports chrono package, the LED lights, Porsche dynamic system, Porsche entry and drive, and the aluminum roof rails part of it, 21-inch tires, and also a lightweight collapsible spare tire. Okay, so these extra options cost 75,000 ringgit. But I think if you're going to buy a Porsche, if you can afford 455,000, you can afford 533,000 because that's what this one costs. Now the car is, I think it shares the same platform as the Audi Q5, but that's about all it shares. Everything else looks different, even though you can see some of the shape there. And the engine is a 2-liter turbo. It's placed in the front and it drives all 4 wheels on the 4-wheel drive system, and drive is through a 7-speed dual clutch transmission. So this is just a walk around. Now the rear lights are LED and so are the front, of course, and this is the new build for the Macan, which we did a few months ago. They launched the car and we did put up a video. And this is the first time we're getting a chance to drive it and sort of refresher on the walk around. So the rear brakes are ventilated, of course, and those look like, it's a single pot floating caliper. Okay, single pot floating caliper, and you can't see it, but there's lots of aluminum where the suspension is. The rear looks like a multi-link. And these wheels are 21-inch, and of course the tires, these are Continentals, pretty good 265/40 series R21. Now looking at the front, this looks like a huge caliper. Can't tell if it's 4-pot or 6-pot. Probably a 6-pot, probably a 6-pot. And you can see, wow, look at the suspension arms down there, lots of aluminum being used, and these are huge discs, and if you look underneath, there you see it. That's the air suspension, and that is what you call a double wishbone arrangement. So that's the top wishbone, and there's one at the bottom, but you can't see it. Yes, you can see it inside. Inside there, that's the A-arm. That aluminum thing right in the middle of the screen beyond the caliper. That's an aluminum arm that you can see. And this car, a lot of things are inside which you can't see. It's actually a work of art, a work of motorsport art. So what the Porsche people have done is taken a SUV and made it a sporty SUV. Okay, so what we have here is a clamshell bonnet where there are holes in here and they fit right where the headlights are. The headlights are actually attached to the body, and the bonnet closes over it. Okay, this engine may be familiar to a lot of people. It's used in the Volkswagen family quite a bit, and this one is, okay, the difference, it is mounted longitudinally. That means longitudinally. Quite a mouthful. The engine, the front of the engine here, the back of the engine is there, and down there you see the, can you see the transmission? Yeah, so the transmission has a prop shaft that goes all the way to the rear, and then at the front wheel drive section comes from here. You can see the orange kind of thing. Well, there's a shaft that goes through, comes out of the gearbox along the side, yeah, where my finger is showing down there, and it goes to the front wheels. Okay, so here's some good news. Electronics are up here high. Yeah, this is the intake side, yeah, where that means the intercooler is down here. Yeah, there's an intercooler. So here's how it comes in. Yeah, okay, the turbocharger is down there. That's the exhaust manifold with a cat converter there, and down here where my finger is pointing, that's where the turbocharger is. It's quite a small turbo actually, not bad. And then the intake is here. Very interesting. Yeah, the intake is here, very high. Then it goes into the turbocharger, and out of the turbocharger through a pipe that goes right at the bottom, it goes into the intercooler, which should be around here. Yeah, you can see, I think that's either the oil cooler or intercooler, but it's somewhere there. And then it cools down the charge, and it comes out through here on the left hand side of the car, yeah, on our right from where we're looking. Then it goes into the manifold, and that's how it gets into the engine to give you all the power. 252 horsepower and 370 newton meters of torque. Okay, the things that you need to check are easily marked. That's your windscreen washer. I don't know what that is, some kind of fluid. And that's your brake fluid. Not sure what that is. And this is the oil check. So that's all you need to check. Yeah, that's probably the radiator, or rather the expansion bottle. Yeah, so it says that hot, don't touch. Okay, so here's the good cars have this little strut, and actually the engine is quite neatly placed. Yeah, there's lots of space to do work. It's not very cluttered up. Okay, so much for the engine. Oh yeah, the bonnet is very lightweight. It must be aluminum, and we're gonna slam it. So as with all good cars, there's two locks here, one here and one here. That's to lock the car and lock the bonnet in place, and this is the safety catch. Let's slam it. Okay, so that's how you close the bonnet. You do not put down and press, because if you do, you can leave a dent in the bonnet, especially if it's aluminum. Okay, looking at the driver's compartment, yeah, entry is keyless, yeah, and you see here this is part of the package, red leather with red seat belts, which you can see here, and also with the Porsche crest on the headrest. Okay, so interior wise, it looks pretty nice and neat, and also the black piano black finish is part of the package. And here, this is the control panel, looks like an aeroplane. Lots of things there, but don't worry, in time you can learn. And here is the meter cluster. This is very Porsche. You see it everywhere in the Porsche lineup. And of course you get electrical controls for your seats for both driver and front passenger. And also you get to have seat memories. And also one thing I like about this is the lock unlock button. There's one here, and there's also one on the passenger side. Okay, let's take a look at the back seat first. Okay, the back pretty standard with the same red leather, and of course it's got the blinds. Yeah, in terms of room at the back, not a problem. I'm sitting here and there's plenty of room here, about 8 inches. And there's an aircon controller. Yeah, you can control the fan and the temperature. No, just the temperature. Temperature and temperature, yeah. Okay, so that's a third zone, 3-zone control. Headrests are adjustable. Okay, so the seating capacity is for, actually you can sit 5 people because the center one is quite wide, but of course it's not so comfortable lah. You can, that's where you can put your drinks if you sit 4 people. And the rear part is good because it's contoured. Sorry, no reclining, yeah. The angle is quite straight. Okay, so they didn't make this car for the rear passengers. Alright, we're gonna start up the car. Yeah, that's how you start the car. It's a little false key. This is the controller, yeah, for your driving modes, yeah, Sport, Sport Plus, or individual, yeah. So you can see when you're now individual, you're now on Sport Plus. You see the moment you turn, the engine note changes, yeah. And that was the time we used to climb up to Genting just now, 5 minutes 20.42 seconds. We're very accurate. And then you have the sport mode, and then you have the normal mode. So everything is there, and you just have to dial in this. So it's very easy to do it on the run. This button, it controls the stopwatch. You can continue the time or you can reset the time. So here, let's reset it. Okay, so it's 0, and if you want to start, all you got to do is press on this button and the clock will start. Let's see now. Press the button and the clock is running, yeah. So then you can toggle it up. You can have a stop or round up, or then interim. So it's got lap. So that's how you play with your stopwatch. Okay, so that's the 3-meter combination. That is very Porsche, always with the center bigger dial that has Rev Counter and then the speedometer. Now this car will hit 225 kilometers per hour, yeah. Yeah, 0 to 100 is 6.5 seconds. That's pretty quick for an SUV, yeah. And of course, you can see at the back here, those are the pedal shifters. Yeah, that's for the minus, and this is for the plus on the left and right. And here you have a very big screen. I don't know how many inches, they didn't give me the information. And of course, that's a clock, and this is the piano black finish, yeah. And yeah, the glove compartment is actually a glove compartment. So the leather bound seats and the side trim carries the same red leather, and I think the stitching is real, it's not artificial. And up here on the dash there's red stitching, and this is leather bound, looks like leather. And these are the controls for the seats, the windows and the wing mirrors. Pretty standard. This is pretty standard, no big deal. And of course it's got cruise control, but it doesn't have radar cruise control, yeah. It doesn't have adaptive cruise control, but who cares? It doesn't have lane keep, it doesn't have lane assist, it doesn't have lane departure warning. I think it has bliss. It has bliss, looks like it over there. But actually those things are not deal breakers, yeah. What is important to Porsche is the performance. So they have the sports chrono, they have the air suspension, they have the tuning of the suspension for sporty behavior, and of course they also have huge brakes that are very important. Okay, so here you have, what is this? Auto reset. Oh, this is for the aircon. This is the left hand side aircon controls. You can have the air going up, you can have air going through the center, or air going down, or you can have auto, yeah. Then here you have traction control, then suspension. Okay, what does it say here? Suspension. Chassis, you can have sport plus. So this is chassis control for the suspension. This is to lower the car. Okay, low level selected, so you can lower the car. And then you have off-road. Oh, you can feel the engine change note, and the suspension is going up. So if you go off-road, you can make the suspension higher. Then what is this? This is I have no idea. Ionizer maybe. Yeah, there's an ionizer somewhere. And this is my favorite button, auto off. Alright, then you have your individual aircon temperature and your fan speed for left and right. And that just about wraps it up. Yeah. Okay, did I mention there's a 7-speed gearbox and it's dual clutch? Well, not important, you just drive it. But that's what it has. And there's phone connectivity. Yeah, you can connect your Apple phone to it. Sound system is pretty nice. It's a very expensive system, so but because of copyright and all that, we do not try the radios. But I can tell you the brand. Yeah, that's the brand with the speakers and woofers. Okay, here's something very interesting about the back part. Yeah, I was looking for the button. Where do you press? Yeah, there's nothing here. How do you open the boot from the back? Don't tell me they forgot. Then I saw this little thing here, up here. It says boot. I press and it opens. Voila! Yes, it's electrically controlled boot, and here is how you close it from the inside. Okay, so looking at the back here, what do you have here? What's this? Oh, this one lowers the suspension. If you need to load your thing, this one, rather you need a lower loading height, you press this and it lowers it, but by just a little bit. Okay, so you can see the rear seats will split and fold, and there's also your child seat tether, and there's the lights, and also a power socket, but nobody really cares. Now, also as part of the package, you have what you call a collapsible spare tire. So in case you get a puncture, you have to pull out this one. Yeah, it looks like that. Then you have to inflate it. They have a pump here somewhere. Yes, that is over there in the corner. And you got to pump up the air to balloon out this tire, and then you fit it on the car. And maximum speed you can go is 80 kilometers per hour or 50 miles per hour. And your tire pressure, it must be 51 psi. Okay, so these are your sound system woofer to give you that boom 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 sound. Yeah, okay, so that's it for the back part. So there you have it, guys, the Porsche Macan 2-liter. Well, this is not the most powerful one. There is still the Macan S, but that will be another story if and when we get the car. And so anyway, thanks for being with us. Until we meet again, this is YS Khong saying bye bye.